Here's inexpensive and easy instructions for creating a tip jar that's going to be interesting and attract attention. Remember that if people don't see your tip jar, they aren't going to leave you a tip. If you make a tip jar that gives them something to talk about, they're probably going to leave you a bigger tip. Here's the materials you need. A 42-ounce oatmeal container made out of cardboard with a plastic lid. Eat the oatmeal, it's super healthy. I like to use oatmeal containers rather than coffee cans because oatmeal containers are taller and narrower. They take up a little less space and your fans can read the sign better because the extra height puts the can above any merchandise on the table. You also need gift wrap. Be creative with colors and patterns, but make sure it coordinates with your branding. And you need Scotch tape, spray glue or glue stick, a small piece of corrugated cardboard, and one sheet of computer paper to coordinate with the gift wrap. I like to use cardstock because it's a little heavier. Here's the tools you need: a tape measure, ruler, pencil, scissors, X-Acto knife, and a computer with a printer. The first step is to measure the height and circumference of your empty oatmeal can. Step 2 is to measure, mark, and cut the gift wrap to that size. Next, put the Scotch tape on both short ends of the gift wrap and trim the top and bottom of the tape even with the gift wrap. Then, wrap the gift wrap around the container, securing the tape at each end. Now you want to design and print your sign on the cardstock using a computer, and then cut the sign to size. I like my signs to be no larger than 5 inches by 5 inches so that fans can easily see them on the front of the container and above any other merchandise on the table. There are links for several printable PDF signs below this video. Try to come up with an unusual saying and design that will start a conversation with your fans. For this project, I printed on light pink for the sign and then added a backing layer of maroon for contrast. Attach your sign to the gift-wrapped oatmeal container using the spray glue or glue stick. And now the bottom of the container is complete. The next step is to finish up the lid. I like the semi-transparent lids that came with my oatmeal containers. But if you don't like the color of your lid, it can be painted with Krylon Fusion. Do not attempt to use any kind of paint that is not made specifically to coat plastic. It will flake off and make a big mess. Krylon Fusion comes in a spray can or in brush-on form. It's a little expensive, about $8 to $9 per can, to buy just for this project. But if you have leftovers from another project, like labeling equipment, this is a good spot to use it up. After your lid is the right color, cut the small piece of cardboard to measure 3 inches by 1.5 inches. This will be used as a pattern to cut the hole in the lid. The size is ideal to accommodate both bills and change. Center the cardboard on the back of the lid and use the X-Acto knife to carefully cut around it. Put the lid on the container and you're ready to use it on your merchandise table. Here's our finished project. The key to make this project look amazing is to choose an unusual material to cover the oatmeal can and coordinate it with the sign. Gift wrap is super easy to use and comes in many colors and patterns, but don't limit yourself to that. Here's a few examples to inspire you. This colorful can has been wrapped in fabric-covered clothesline, just like a fabric basket. The sign is tied on with ribbon. The link for the PDF sign pattern is below. A super simple tip jar to make is to use duct tape, which comes in many colors and patterns. This tip jar is made from rows of the basic silver tape. I ran one length of duct tape straight up the back to cover all the tape edges. The sign is made with leather and peel and stick letters. This oatmeal container is covered with used denim from a pair of ripped out jeans. The sign is embroidered onto a piece of linen and sewn onto the denim. The link for the PDF for the sign is available below. You can see from these examples that a tip jar or donation can that matches your branding is easy and inexpensive to make. Just remember that to get the most money in your tip jar, it must be large enough and colorful enough to be seen, and it should be interesting so that people talk about it.